right? Therefore enjoy pleasure. So let me read it from the Message. He said to himself, let's go for it. In other words, he said, I'm gonna figure out what this life really is about. I'm gonna taste everything. I'm gonna do everything. He said, I'm gonna experiment with life. Y'all reading it? He said, I'm gonna experiment with pleasure. That's what the Bible said, didn't it? He said, I'm gonna test pleasure out. So everything that we have, right? Everything you think bring you pleasure, you don't know pleasure. Because you don't have the money to understand the pleasures this man talking about. He gonna tell you, look, he said, but there was nothing to it. Nothing but smoke. So what did he say? I tried everything. Look, just take a moment and think of something you would try. He tried it. And he said, what, nothing. Caviar, he tried the best of it. What, nothing. Riding horses, he had the best Arabian horses. Rode them, what, nothing. Ships, I ain't gonna tell you. Let the preacher tell you. But he said, all vanity. He said, what do I think of the fun-filled life? He said, it's insane. Insane. Said it twice with exclamation points. He said, my verdict on the pursuit of happiness, who needs it? Look, they chasing happiness, right? They chasing fame. They chasing money. They chasing all these things. And here's a man that had it all. And he said, there ain't nothing to it. You're wasting your time. Are you hearing what he said? He said, it's insane. He said, with the help of a bottle of wine, y'all reading? And all the wisdom I could muster, I tried my level best to penetrate the absurdity of life. He said, I wanted to get a handle on anything useful we mortals might do. He said, during the years we spent on the earth. So he said, while I was on the earth, I did everything. I let wine, I drank it. That's what he's saying. He said, whatever alcohol you had, I had the finest. He said, I didn't have no 2020 Mad Dog. He said, I had the good stuff. Y'all reading it? He said, I did great things. That's what he reading it. He said, I built houses, I planted vineyards, I designed gardens and parks, I planted a variety of fruit trees in them, I made pools of water to irrigate the groves of trees. Watch him now. He said, I bought slaves, male and female, who had children and gave me more slaves. He said, then I acquired large herds and flocks, larger than any before me in Jerusalem. He said, I piled up silver and gold. You see him? He said, from kings and kingdoms. He said, listen, I had the best choir. Y'all think y'all have a choir on Sunday morning? You ain't had a choir like my choir. He said, I had the best singers to entertain me with songs, the most exquisite of all pleasures. He said, voluptuous maids for my bed. Come on, y'all read this? He said he ate, he drank, and he was married. Y'all reading the Bible? 9th verse says, and oh, how I prospered. I left all my predecessors in Jerusalem far behind, left them behind in the dust. What's more, I kept a clear head through it all. Everything I wanted, I took. I never said no to myself. Y'all see that? Man, I'm gonna get that cheese. No, I better not have that cheeseburger. He said, if I wanted a cheeseburger, I ate a cheeseburger. If I wanted shrimp, I ate shrimp. If I wanted lobster, I ate lobster. Y'all see what he's talking about? Because he had it. He said he had more money than everybody. my money was so great, I left people in the dust. He said, you got 10, I got 100,000 10. What you got now? I ain't got nothing. Really wasn't thinking like that. Look, he said he did not deny himself anything. I never said no to myself. You know, you be wondering, you got, look, now come on, here we go. I'm looking at these shoes, but I know I gotta pay that light bill. I want them shoes, so what I'm gonna say? Nah, I can't get them shoes, I'm gonna pay my light bill. He said, I ain't worried about no light bill. If I want the shoes, I got it. Huh? And if I thought about it, I want some Gator Crocs. He would have the man make them. Who was gonna tell him he couldn't have them? Go kill me a gator and make me some Crocs. And guess what they gonna do? Go kill him a gator and make him some Crocs. He denied himself nothing. Come on. He said, I held back nothing. I sucked the marrow out of pleasure, out of every task. You see what he said? You know marrow is the bone. You know how you get them neck bones, you be sucking that marrow out the neck bone, and when you throw it to the dog throw it back, and what I'm supposed to do with this? The dog throw it back, like what I'm supposed to do with this? You done took all of me. You done sucked all the juice out the doggone bone. He said, and my reward to myself for a hard day's work. 11. Then I took a good look at everything I've done. I looked at all the sweat and hard work. But when I looked, I saw nothing but smoke. Smoke and spitting into the wind. There was nothing to any of it. Nothing. So all of these folks got fame, got money, right? Flying around here and everything. But I can't, he's saying I tried it all and wasn't nothing to it. Yeah, it wasn't nothing. Basically, it boils down to nothing. So why, he said, why are you working so hard for nothing? Why are you running and chasing things for nothing? Because the preacher preaching now. Look, come on, he said, when I took a hard look in the 12th verse at what's smart and what's stupid, what's left to do after you've been king, that's a hard act to follow. You just do what you can, and that's it. But I did see that it's better to be smart than stupid. Just as light is better than darkness. Even so, though the smart ones see where they're going, and the dumb ones grope in the dark, here it is, they're all the same in the end. Whether you're smart or whether you're dumb, whether you walk in the light or walk in the go down to the graveyard and see if you can tell which one was smart, which one was stupid. You can't, because they both dead. This is what he's saying. He said it doesn't matter if you're smart. Yeah, of course it's better to be smart than stupid, but they all end up in the same place. Y'all see? He said they're all the same in it. One fate for all, and that's it. So two things he's saying to us. Number one, whatever you chasing after, you better take a look at it and see if it's really meant for you to be chasing. Because the light, the word, is a light unto our path. He told Jeremiah, I knew you. I know the plan that I have for you. Plan for good. Now, people, I'm trying to bring you somewhere, right? Here, the Ecclesiastes, Solomon is understanding that the purpose and plan of all these things that are in the world is designed by God, and I'm going to let him say it, and it's for God. Come on, let's go. 15. When I realized that my fate's the same as the fool's, I had to ask myself, so why bother being wise? It's all smoke, nothing but smoke. The smart and the stupid both disappear out of sight. In a day or two, they're both forgotten. Yes, both the smart and the stupid die, and that's it. And that's it. So you might have a name on a building, but what happened when they tear the building down and build something new? You forgot. You forgot. Y'all see? He said that, so you, whether you're smart or whether you're stupid, we all die. So he says, 17, he said, I hate life. As far as I can see, what happens on the earth is a bad business. It's smoke and spitting into the wind. And I hate everything, 18. I've accomplished and accumulated on this earth. I can't take it with me, no. I have to leave it to whoever. Now watch this, he get funny right here. He said, I have to leave it to whoever comes after me, whether they're worthy or worthless. And who's to tell? They'll take over the earthly results of my intense thinking and hard work. Smoke. He says, then that's when I call it quits. Gave up on everything that could be hoped for in this earth. What's the point of working your fingers to the bone if you hand over what you work for to someone who never lifted a finger for it? Smoke. That's what it is. A bad business from start to finish. So what do you get from a life of hard labor? Pain and grief from dawn to dusk. Never a decent night's rest, nothing but smoke. The best you can do with your life is have a good time and get by the best you can. The way I see it, that's it. Divine fate. Whether we feast or fast, it's up to God. God may give wisdom and knowledge and joy to his favorites, but sinners are assigned a life of hard labor and end up turning their wages over to God's favorites. Nothing but smoke and spitting into the wind. He said, for God gives, I'm reading King James, he says, God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight. But to the sinner he gives the work of gathering and collecting, that he may give to him who is good before God. This also is vanity and grabbing with the wind. So what is he telling us? What did the preacher tell us? Did anything stick out to you